Hello, I'm Dolly. My channel name is Tea Time with Dolly and Thrifty Living. So if you would like, get your favorite beverage. I have my cup of tea. And while you're getting your beverage, I'm going to mention to you, if you like this video, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would tap that little subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free, but it does help me. And also, I love to read comments. If you would like, leave me a comment. Okay, are you ready? Last week, I talked about saying no. If you're asked to volunteer and you really don't have time, that you really need to say no. You know, you can say, I would love to, but I just can't right now. Just let people know it's kind of a firm no in a nice way. But there are a lot of you that have plenty of time. Maybe you're retired or just a homemaker with some extra time. So if that is your situation and you would like to volunteer, there's a lot of worthy causes that certainly need volunteers. So I would like to address this to you. There's plenty of places that truly need you, that needs help, and it's good to help. So, you know, instead of just being bored and watching TV hours on end, which happens sometimes to a lot of people, because they just don't know what to do with their time once they retire, or anyway, if they've got a lot of extra time, so they just sit and watch TV. Which is okay to watch a program now and then, but you know, you don't want to do that all the time. So or even if you just have a little extra time and you want to be of help, there are a lot of places you can volunteer that really does need your help. And if you don't have a lot of time to commit, you can tell them, say, I would just like to work maybe 1 day a week or a couple hours a week or 2 or 3 hours a month. A lot of places could certainly use you. So I'm going to name a few of these places, but this is just some things I'm sure most of you've heard of, but maybe haven't thought about. But I'm sure there's going to be many other worthwhile causes. Some of them may be international if you want to travel, or, you know, just other places even local that's not on my list here. Okay, think about what you really enjoy doing, or what you really feel like you really feel passionate about. Something, you know, just think about what your interests are and look, and maybe there's something you can do in that field. Okay, I'm going to name a few here that you can think about, because some of them, they probably have in most of your areas. That's the reason I'm trying to name these as things that most areas have. Animal rescue shelter, and probably even like the pound or something. I'm sure they usually can use volunteers. And food pantries and food kitchens. There's always a need there to help people take food to them or serve food. Habitat for Humanity. Whether you want to help out for a day on a building project or a whole season, that's something you might be interested in. But if you're not interested in that, you can work in maybe one of their restore stores where you sell donated things. And a local library. A lot of times they need volunteers for like children's stories and organizing materials and adult literacy programs. There's just several things in libraries that they could use volunteers for. Museums, if you're interested in historical things, that might be something you would love to do. And YMCA, they can always use help too. And retirement homes, like assisted livings, nursing homes. A lot of those elderly people are very lonesome, and they would like probably someone to come in and sit there in their lounge and just visit with them. Or they may have some other things that you can do. Another one would be the Red Cross. They do a lot of worthwhile things in helping people. And no matter what your faith or religious background, there are countless opportunities to volunteer with the local churches. Okay, and number 10, or I've got mine numbered, but national and state parks. Sometimes they like for people to take groups on, children on little hiking trails and tell them about the plant life. Or sometimes they can use people in groups of cleanup at the end of a season or something. And number 11, hospitals. A lot of times you go in hospitals, you see people that are volunteers there to help people know where to go, or maybe push them in a wheelchair or something, or even to work in their gift shops. There's quite a few jobs in hospitals that take volunteers. And there's the local community centers you can work in, and homeless shelters, United Way, and after-school tutoring. That's something very worthwhile for a lot of children. Maybe they can't afford expensive tutors, their family maybe can't, but the children need tutoring. Okay, and there's Salvation Army. This is something I know my son and one of his friends, around Christmas time, they would stand out and they were little bell ringers. They can always use those near Christmas time, but there's also the Salvation Army stores, and all you have to do is just ask what they need help with. So that's just a few things. But if you ask around, just ask people in your area, and they can probably tell you some different things that you can volunteer in. Even sports. There's probably, kids' ball games and things. They might need some help. So anyway, I hope this will give you an idea. For those of you that's got plenty of time, it's good to volunteer. Okay, thank you for watching my video. May God bless you this week. Bye-bye.